Now, ANAROCK recently released a note which details how all ready-to-move-in property without completion certificates will also be taxed under GST. Remember, the ready-to-move-in flats were kept out of the GST ambit so far, and only under-construction properties were taxed at 12%. Prashant Thakur, the head of research at ANAROCK, joins us on the phone line to discuss this impact further. Prashant, if you could just take us through what has transpired. What will be taxed now? Which of these ready-to-move-in properties which have not got the completion certificate? What has changed?
Sure. So, first of all, this ruling which clearly defines that any project which is ready to move in but has not received occupancy certificate will be taxed at a rate of 12%. The GST will be applicable at a rate of 12%. Prior to this ruling, the definition of a ready-to-move-in project was quite vague. So it was based on assumption that any project which is completed and it's kind of livable was deemed to be assumed as ready to move in. And as per the definition, it was not attracting any GST. But with this ruling coming in, it has clearly demarcated the definition of ready to move in and under construction project. So now, post this ruling, any project which is completed and livable but has not received occupancy certificate will be considered as under construction from the point of applicability of GST. So this is what has happened, and it is going to have a significant impact on the developers because let's say a buyer would not mind to wait for a couple of months and then wait for the completion certificate to arrive rather than paying 12% extra. So developer will be left with no choice of either kind of absorbing this GST or kind of foregoing this sales for a couple of months till time he has not received occupancy or completion certificate.
Okay. So basically, it's the developer who's looks to get squeezed because from the point of view of the customer, it doesn't seem to matter so much apart from just a delay, right?
Yes.
Okay. And also from the developer's point of view, I mean, you're in touch with a lot of them, right? What's the general sense you're getting? Are they looking to absorb this and encourage the sale of these flats without occupancy certificates? Or are they looking to sort of prolong the whole thing and wait it out till they get the OC?
See, there's a mixed reaction from the developer community. And, we are all aware that the current liquidity crisis has impacted the cash flow severely. So few of the developers who are kind of at the last stage of closing the sale with the buyers are willing to absorb the GST so that the sales come through and then the cash flow is not impacted. But few of the developers who are kind of the cash flow position is strong might like to wait for 2 or 3 months, invest their money in getting the completion certificate and then initiating the sale.
Okay. Is this already implemented, Prashant, or is it expected to be implemented? And if yes, by when?
No, it has been already announced. So it is, as we speak, yeah.
Okay. So if I have invested in a property, but I've still not got occupation certificate for it, then when I take possession of it, I will be liable to pay 12% GST.
Yes.
Okay. So right now, the secondary realty market does not attract GST, right? So this will be a big boost for the secondary market.
Yeah, not exactly big boost, but yes, if let's say a couple of things we need to consider. Now, for example, if a buyer has zeroed down on a project or a unit, a property after a lot of consideration, he would rather like to wait for a month or so. And in the secondary sales market, though the GST is not there, the limitation is that you'll not necessarily you'll get the flat of your choice. So in a primary sale, you always have an option as a buyer to, choose the tower, the kind of facing and all those stuff. So yes, it will, few of the serious buyers who wanted to move in immediately or buy a house immediately would consider the secondary market. But I don't see a much impact. But having said that, it is a positive development for secondary market, no doubt.
Okay. What is the size of this ready-to-move-in market, the inventory, where we've not got OC? How many flats would be affected, according to your research?
So as of now, 90,000 units are ready to move in,
Okay.
which are
In which region?
I'm talking about Pan India. Seven cities, top tier cities included. So out of this 90,000 units, our estimate is close to 50 to 60% of the projects would have not got occupancy certificate.
Prashant, do prices look to head higher to sort of factor in this increased compliance cost?
In this scenario where the sales are very sluggish, I don't see price going on the upper side. But after a couple of years when the legal compliance cost increases and when you see all the unsold inventory kind of getting off the block, we might see some increase in the price, but that will be purely because of increase in compliance as well as construction costs. But that is not going to happen immediately.
Okay, Prashant, thanks very much for joining in and for clarifying this. So basically, on the 8th of December, the Finance Ministry has issued a clarification which mandates that all ready-to-move-in apartments which have not received the occupation certificate will have to pay GST. And it's the developers, actually, which look to be taking the more of the brunt because from the consumer angle, they could just about
unless you've
wait it
already
out.
invested in a property, yes. Yeah. So for those 90,000 units where, you have, 6-7 lakh worth of units unsold, and if you've already bought in those, then you will be paying the GST.